to episode 321 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering, whether you're sitting at home, jamming some arena, hanging out with your friends, playing some Magic, or heading down to an FNM or a Grand Prix.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
And on today's show, we are going to dive deep into Standard because we've been playing some spicy brews recently.
That's right. If you are not already following us on Twitch, you might not know that the past week we've been playing whatever Standard decks people want to throw at us.
Yes, literally throw at us.
Yes,
we
so
catch them.
it has been some weird week of Standard.
Yeah, and if you're somebody who's like, I am bored with the top decks in Standard, don't worry, we've got you covered because what we're playing is not top tier.
Sometimes it is.
Sometimes, to be fair.
In fact, one of the decks that someone chose was specifically tier 1 because I never play it.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was fun to get out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, so we're going to give you some interesting new decks if you're kind of like in a Standard slump. Oh, that's a good way to put it. A Standard slump. Or if you just want to know something fun out there that exists, that's, not mono red.
That's right.
So we're going to go into that a little bit. And if you want to follow us on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/GLHFMagic, and that way you know when we're live and streaming.
We're also going to have a flavor text theater for you this week.
Yes.
Which we are very excited about. We're just going to make some of our best guesses at what War of the Spark cards might be and what they might do.
Yeah.
How are we going to do that? That is for you to find out and for us to know.
Before we start the show, big thank you to everybody who supports us on patreon.com/GLHFMagic. Thank you so much to everybody who has joined our family in the past couple of weeks. And if you haven't done it yet, but you're considering it and you just haven't pressed the button, maybe this should be the week that you do it. If we bring anything to your lives, we ask that you help bring something to ours by keeping the show going for not only you, but everybody else who might enjoy it.
That's right. Plus, right now, you get the extra special patron special, which we have jump-started, as it were. And these are specifically ones where we have our Discord, which is for patrons.
Yep.
And there's a mailbag section, and we've been taking questions from that mailbag section and answering it in all of those extra special patron specials. So if you want your questions answered, whether they be Magic related or just grilled cheese related, you can ask them in there and we'll answer them.
And big thanks to Card Kingdom, cardkingdom.com/GLHF. They're one of our sponsors on the show, and they're an awesome website. Everybody loves them. Everything you can possibly want to support your Magic hobby is available on Card Kingdom. And right now, for a limited time only, as long as supplies last, you can say in your order, good luck, have token, and you will get some Meghan and Maria tokens. They're double-sided.
That's right. And they have a place for you to write in what creature type they're at the top and a little power toughness.
You can also ask for a sticker with the phrase, stick it to them. I can't remember what it was.
I think that's good enough.
Well, good luck, have sticker, something with a sticker. They'll put a sticker in it.
Yes. Maybe just sticker, please.
Yeah, adding please, I find, is often a nice way to do it.
That's a quality way to start it.
A nice way to do it.
And end it.
True.
Hey, please, can I have a sticker? Please again. Goodbye.
Just a nice please sandwich.
Yes.
Just good life advice. It's time for a Standard corner.
That's right. It's just your classic average corner.
You look at it and you're like, that's a corner and nothing more.
Nope. Well,
but this time there is something more.
That's right. What is in the corner?
We've got some hot new spicy Standard decks for you. So if you're a Minnesotan and your palate can't handle the spice, now might be a time to see yourself out because.
But also don't. Just keep listening.
These decks
You'll
are
be
great.
fine. Get yourself some sour cream to put on it.
Do you want to know a fundamental truth I learned about myself recently?
What?
The other day I was sitting playing Standard on Magic Arena and I had, the light shone down from heaven and I just had an kind of moment, which was, I don't like to play tier 1 decks. I was just like, geez, I want to play something weird, something my opponent doesn't expect, and something that's doing something kind of cool and wacky.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that you don't think tier 1 decks can be cool.
Maybe I am saying that.
To which I counter Simic Ascendancy. Not Ascendancy. I was thinking of Jeskai
I was like,
Ascendancy from
ooh.
back in the day. Simic Nexus.
Simic Nexus.
Because I was thinking of cool combo decks.
Yeah.
Because there was a brief slip of time where Jeskai Ascendancy
That's
was
true.
once very
Yeah,
good in Standard.
I remember that.
And Simic Nexus, I love it. Feels like a combo deck when you pilot it. You do weird and fun things.
Maybe I just want something off the beaten trail. Maybe I'm a lover of jank. Maybe that's
Yeah.
just it. Maybe I need to admit to you all here today in front of my peers, I am a lover of jank.
Wow.
I mean, wow, it really feels weird to say that, but I think it might be true.
It really does.
Because I could just play mono white. That deck's good. That deck wins.
Yeah,
but
and you like aggro.
Yeah, I like aggro decks. What's wrong with me?
I don't know. You enjoyed playing that mono white deck for a while.
Yeah, I think it's fine. You know, if you made me play a tier 1 deck, that's the one I would play. But think of all the events.
Maybe
I play
you
it.
get tired of it. Here's my
could
speculation.
be.
You ready for this?
I've just seen too much of it.
Yes, is that you did not play this much Standard until Arena came around.
Yeah.
You are playing way more Standard than you ever did.
Yeah.
And you just didn't realize that your interest, the life cycle of your interest in a deck, Maria, is very short.
I don't know.
That's what's going on.
Because I'm loving that. Well, spoiler alert. I'm going to talk about Mardu aggro, and I've been loving that deck. I'm not tired of that one yet. Yet.
That's what I'm here to say.
Think about this, though. Okay, our first tournament we debuted, I was playing a mono white kind of weird deck. I guess that ended up being one of the better decks of the tournament.
That was just an aggro deck.
The SRAM deck, that one was weird.
Yeah, that one
was
was
definitely
weird.
a tier 3. But anyway.
That was classic jank.
Classic jank that deck was. Good enough to day 2, though. A jank deck that's good enough to day 2. That's what I should specify.
Wow. So you want to be not only fringe, but also successful.
Yes, fringe successful, I think, is a good way to sum up my life goal. Okay.
What's your goal in life? I'd like to be fringe successful.
Yeah. So what about you? Let's talk about some of your faves in Standard right now.
Well, obviously, I love me a Nexus deck.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's on brand.
I've been playing Simic Nexus recently, and it's just a delight.
Is this
It's
what
so much fun.
your go-to is?
Yes. If I'm just sitting down when we're not streaming, if I'm at home and I'm going to play a couple of rounds of Arena in my downtime, I will play Simic Nexus in best of 3. And it's just it's fun.
You're just leaving the Bant Nexus behind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Simic one is better. I like it better.
That's the consensus, yeah.
You get to play some Hydroid Crassus and draw a bunch of cards. You get to play Search for Azcanta and draw a bunch of cards. Chemister's Insight and draw a bunch of cards.
Oh, I see there's a common thread here.
Yes, is that you're just drawing a bunch of cards. It's wonderful.
You know what? I'm not super mad at the Simic Nexus deck.
Yeah.
Honestly, how many Nexus does that deck play?
All 4
of them? Because sometimes I'll run into Simic like Wilderness Reclamation or whatever. And they're not
Teamer Reclamation.
Teamer Reclamation. That's it. They're not even playing
I saw
Nexus.
someone tweet the other day on Twitter. They were like, "What does Teamer Reclamation even beat?" And I was like, "That's how I'm feeling." But sometimes you're like, "What is this even doing?"
Harsh.
What? Why is it?
But that's a tier 1 deck. That's a very successful deck.
Is it? I don't
Phoenix?
think so.
No.
I think it's 2.
Tier 2?
I think Teamer Reclamation is 2.
Okay. Yeah, Teamer Reclamation is, yes.
Yes. Simic is 1.
Yeah, Simic is 1.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, it's it just feels like it's a deck that you're just attacking the game along a different axis.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You're just trying to find what is the way that you survive versus the deck that you're playing against.
Yep.
And eventually close out a game. I had an opponent make the mistake of, I was playing against Nexus of Gates the other day.
Which so many flavors of Nexus.
Which you don't see all that much anymore.
No.
Is the Nexus of Gates. And they made the mistake of they expansion explosioned me for 10.
Yeah.
And I countered it, and they had a backup for that.
Yeah.
But it only put me to 10. And
10 is not 0.
Exactly. 10 is not 0. And because I had made them, I purposefully made them tap out and use that counter spell. And I didn't even have a Nexus in hand, but they never took another turn.
Sick.
It was great.
You just still, you love taking turns in Modern,
Yes,
so
exactly.
we're going to take turns in Standard.
Sometimes, so against that same deck in game 2, I just ended up in a place where I cast a Crassus on 2.
Yeah.
But I ended up having a bunch of counterspell backup in my hand. And in that case, I didn't even really take many extra turns. I think I took 1 or 2 over the course of the game. But I just got, I played a creature and then I just held some counterspell backup. So anything that they tried to do, that wasn't removing my creature, I was usually just like, yeah, sure, that resolves. As long as this Hydroid Crassus is around, you're eventually dead, and they were. So I really enjoy it. I'm liking it a lot.
Okay, good choice, but we need some hot jank in here, Megan.
Yes. Okay. Well, I've played the not Nexus of Gates, but just the classic Gates deck.
Yeah.
Someone got me to pick up this week.
I think that enters the spicy category. People know about it, but it's still spicy.
Exactly. It is. It's better than I thought.
Yeah.
I will give it that.
Yeah.
It is actually, it can win a lot of games.
I remember when I first heard of this, I was like, yeah, right.
Yeah. But there are things like the fact that if they kill a Gate Colossus, you can just put it back on top of your deck. And if you have Guild Summon in play, what you're doing is saying like, I put it back on top of my deck and I immediately draw it. I'm just putting it back in my hand.
Guild Summon in that deck is filth.
Yes.
Pure filth.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoyed the Gates deck.
Okay. That's a good one. Good choice.
What about you? Lay a spicy deck on me.
All right. So you've heard me talk about this. If you've seen a stream, you've seen me play it. It's Mardu Aggro.
Yes.
And this is a list I straight up stole from Ryan Cubitt, who's a player who was at the Mythic Championship recently and was piloting it. I think it had 2 losses in Standard or something like that.
Yeah.
So he did pretty well with it. And it is such a fun deck to play. Basically, I love Hero of Precinct 1, and I will play any deck that is built around Hero of Precinct 1. Mm-hmm. How come Hero of Precinct 1 isn't tier 1? Somebody tell me. I don't know, but we haven't been able to push it up to that level yet. But what this deck does is it uses Hero to just spam the board with a bunch of tokens. And of course, we're playing Judy, the Scourge Diva, in here to give them all an extra power and ping your opponent once they die, which is sometimes some non-token creatures, that is. And then you've just got heroic reinforcements to just jump in there for a bunch of extra damage. And I don't know, it's just a really fun deck that you can find a lot of interesting, neat little combos with Judith and sacrificing your own creatures and that kind of thing. So I love it. It's so fun, but I can't seem to get past Platinum 2 with it on Arena. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Not good enough, probably, but I mean, like, I feel like it should be.
Where do you feel that you end up with those losses? What are you playing against that you end up losing?
Great question. I don't know. I think it varies. Maybe I should start writing it down because I can't off the top of my head be like, oh, I always lose to this or I always win versus this.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of deck that I love so much that if there was a Standard event in town, I will play it.
Really?
Grand Prix, I will play this deck.
Nice.
Yes. It could maybe day 2. I'm not going to say probably.
It ended up with only 2 losses at the Mythic Championship. That's impressive.
Yeah, it is. And I love Ryan's style of deck building so much that I stole another deck off of him.
Yeah, which is?
Naya Blitz is what he called it. So it's once again a creature-based aggro deck, which is my style, and it uses Hero of Precinct 1, but not this time. We're in the good guy colors.
Ooh.
And we're playing green and white and red. And we're still using our hero. We're still using heroic reinforcements, but we get access to green cards too to help us kind of smooth things out, like Growth Chamber Guardian helps a lot, having 4 of that card in there. And we get Shauna in the deck as well, which is cool because she gets bigger the more tokens that you have on the board.
Also, it's really interesting that the way that some removal spells in white are worded, they cannot hit Shauna.
Yes. That's true.
Very cool.
That is true.
And if you're playing against that deck, if you end up playing against a Shauna in Standard and you're playing something like Conclave Tribunal and Seal Away, you need to read really carefully.
Yes.
Because if they come into play and then exile something, they're not going to be able to hit her. It's considered like an effect of something that you control.
So if you're interested in using Hero in either a bad guy way or a good guy way, I'll post links to those decks in the show notes and under the YouTube video so you can hang out and check those decks out because they're super fun. But yet again, I can't break Platinum 2.
I also have been trying out, if I want to play a best of one, an Esper mid-range deck.
Oh, I love Esper mid-range.
That isn't quite Wyatt Darby's list. It has fewer angels, but it has like some Dovins and stuff like that.
Dovin's great.
It has Hero.
Yeah.
It has quite a bit of removal and Mortifies and some Vraska's Contempts. Basilica Bellhaunt, which I love.
This card's excellent.
It's so great. I've been playing against, it's actually a really nice deck against Phoenixes. I've won against Arclight Phoenix decks. I've won against Crackling Drake decks.
Sure.
And I've won against mono red decks quite a bit with this, as well as quite a bit of mono blue too. So it does really well against those other aggro strategies.
And those ones are pretty high up there as terms of like decks people are playing on Arena.
Exactly. It's pretty rough against stuff like Control.
Okay.
And like the Nexus decks and stuff like that. Yeah. But you're not going to see those in best of one.
No.
And that's primarily where I've been playing this.
Okay. Well, that sounds pretty good.
It's very fun.
Do you feel yourself bumping your head against any ceiling on Arena?
You know, I have been swapping around decks so much that I can't really say yet.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you said, I don't know that I appreciate jank, but I do appreciate deck diversity for myself.
Yes.
So I really enjoy playing a range of decks.
True.
So it's like something, even if I've been doing really well with Nexus, at some point I'll set it aside and I'll like pick up Drakes for a little while, even if I lose with it a bunch, because it's just like, oh, I wanted that change of pace a little bit for myself.
And you know what? I do have Drakes put together from our kind of last iteration of where Standard was, but it's not the Arclight version.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
I still have the old Drakes version also.
Should I put in the Arclights and just like accept the fact that we've gone back in time to where Arclight was good?
I don't know that it is any better. I'm unconvinced, right? Like it made the top 8 of the Mythic Championship, but also it was LSV piloting it.
Yeah.
So like take that result with a grain of salt.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Luis, here's a pile of random cards. We just put 60 in there. I don't know. Play them top 8.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know that that's necessarily like the deck being the better version of the deck, or if it's just that you have like one of the greatest players of all time piloting it.
I remember back in the day not being scared at all of the version with Arclight Phoenixes in it.
Exactly. And like I said, I have not lost to that deck yet. I've played it quite a few times.
Okay.
And at no point have I lost to Arclight Phoenixes. So I feel very skeptical of that deck.
Ooh, okay. Well, this requires some more research. I want to tell you a story that happened to me that was very sad.
Yes.
So I was making some decks and I was like, well, I should probably make Rakdos mid-range because that's kind of like a tier deck, maybe 2.5 or whatever. And I've got most of the cards with it because I've been playing Judith and everything. And I needed Goblin Chain Whirlers because that deck has 4 of them.
Oh, gross.
Of course, I don't have any in my collection because I'm not a filthy mono red player, but I decided to craft them because it'd be worth it to make this deck. And I did so, but guess what I did when I was trying to craft the 4th Goblin Chain Whirler?
What did you do?
I crafted Squee the Immortal. By mistake! This was not on purpose, everybody. I would never willingly craft a Squee. Nothing against Squee, but...
It sounds like there's something against Squee here. I don't know that you can say nothing against Squee when you really just bashed Squee good.
Squee, you're the worst. You don't belong in any deck. Get out of here. Actually,
wow, hurtful words.
When I tweeted this, people were so excited. They're like, oh my gosh, what are you going to use Squee for?
Maria was like,
absolutely nothing.
Wow. What about your red-black sacrifice deck?
I mean,
come on, Maria.
Seriously.
Now you gotta do Squee justice.
The spicy one of Squee.
Yep.
That's how you know you're playing against.
You need like some kind of like weird like Judith, Squee, and then like a sacrifice outlet.
Okay. Yes, I have Fireblade Artist in the deck. So
there you go. Fireblade Artist. There's like ones that help you draw cards, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
So are you telling me to craft 4 Squees right now? Or are you trying to get me to get them?
I'm telling you to craft 4 Squees.
The 4 Squee, the full play set?
Yes.
Oh boy.
So,
I mean, I did say I love jank.
I mentioned that someone on Twitch got me to build a tier 1 deck. That is mono blue.
Yes.
I did it.
Good
and do you know
choice.
what? I had been bumping against a ceiling for a little bit, and I sure
shot right through it.
I sure shattered that ceiling that I've been hitting.
Yeah.
With that mono blue deck. I was just like, well, I understand why people play this.
Did you like playing mono blue?
Do you know what? I did enjoy it.
Okay.
It wasn't wildly exciting to me. I don't know, right? Like now I have it in my account. There's literally no reason for me not to play it.
Right.
And just continue to climb the ranks. Except for the fact that, and people were like, it seems like you would enjoy it. It's mostly counter spells and card draw. And to be fair, it is a lot of counter spells and card draw.
It is.
But it's just so straightforward. Which isn't to say that there's not really difficult decisions.
Especially in the mirror.
Exactly. Especially in the mirror. And honestly, there's tons of matchups that have very difficult decisions. But at the same time, they're just not decisions that interest me. So there's no offense to mono blue as I lay down that sick burn on mono blue.
Wow, we've just burnt mono blue and Squee in the same show. Will we have any listeners left after this?
I mean, if you don't fall into one of those two camps, you don't play Magic. You like one or the other, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if that's true.
I also love Gruul midrange and have been kind of messing around with this deck too.
Interesting.
Which reminds me a lot of the Angels deck that I played a lot in a prior standard, and because it's just a bunch of good cards.
Yeah.
You just throw a bunch of good cards
Classic
into your
rares
deck.
and mythics.
Boom.
Shoved in a deck.
And now I hit you with them. But then again, I don't have my full 4 Goblin Chain Whirlers, so can I really say if I like this deck or not?
I don't know. Would it only be at its best with 4 Goblin Chain Whirlers?
Mine, and it's
Better
three in one squeeze.
Throw a squee in there.
This one is one I wish was a little bit better. I don't know. I think that R&D for Wizards of the Coast thought that Gruul was going to be
That's right.
the deck.
I feel like someone at the Mythic Championship mentioned that.
Yeah.
That they thought it was going to be very good. Maybe it was even Paul.
With Domri in it.
Yes. They're like Domri, and it's just like,
Nah. No. It's like kind of good, bad, kind of mostly meh.
fine, whatever.
Yeah, it's just like whatever.
Yeah. That's another deck where it's like I can think of most of the times that I've played against it on Arena, and I don't think I lost to it.
Yeah. You know what I should do is break out Angels again and see how
Yeah.
well it does.
Do you know what deck I had a very hard time with that I thought I
What?
would love? Esper Control.
You didn't like it.
It's right up my alley, but I just kind of found it to be wildly inconsistent.
Ah, I see. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think it's as good as some of the control decks of the past.
No, it certainly is not. And so I just feel like I've felt very underwhelmed by it.
What's your prob?
You know, it's just that it's sort of right. There's some decks that want very specific answers. There's some decks that want very general answers, right? Like the difference between decks that want board wipes and the decks that want spot removal. It feels like there's
Sure.
a lot of both.
Yeah. And sometimes you have one
And
kind of
sometimes
answer.
you get one kind, and then sometimes
other.
you do not get the other
Yep,
kind.
Exactly.
And I don't love the kinds of card draw that we have right now. I think all of the card draw is a little expensive. People love Chemister's Insight because you can cast it twice, but 4 mana is a lot.
But that's normally where your card draw is at, right? For 2 cards?
Yeah, I guess really what I'm saying is that I want Sphinx's
I knew it. There it is. There it is. It would come out. He will come out finally.
Yep. So, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, maybe the next time we come back to Ravnica.
Yes. And I don't know. Sorry, I could go on about this, and we've talked about this before, but I feel like the kinds of card draw have become so diverse that it's not such an advantage anymore as it used to be. Right? Because it used to be that control, the way that you end up running away with the game is that you just have so much card advantage. You survive, and then you have so much card advantage that they're never gonna be able to do anything again. But these days with stuff like Chart a Course, which so heavily favors creature decks, with things like Experimental Frenzy and Light Up the Stage, Thief of Sanity for like blue-black decks that want to run creatures. There's all of these different ways that other kinds of decks are getting their card advantage, that it's not the wheelhouse of control anymore. It's like, oh, you're just getting the same kind of card advantage as everyone else, and that's not good enough.
I'd be interested to hear what R&D has to say about that. Like, have they been saying to themselves, we're going to experiment with the color pie a little bit and giving red these options, even though it feels very red, Light Up the Stage does.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's been miscolored or anything like that, but just offering it to that deck.
Yes.
Like Raminap Ruins gave reach.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense. You're sacrificing and dealing damage.
Yeah.
But Light Up the Stage, giving card advantage to decks that normally specifically don't get that is
a big deal.
Is interesting.
And I do feel like, right, we've always heard whispers of people who like want control to be a little bit nerfed from where it was, from like the days of Yvonne Flock winning the Pro Tour with a deck that had in its main deck basically no win conditions except Elixir of Immortality.
Nyx Fleece Ram.
Yes. Out of the sideboard you could eventually attack people with Nyx Fleece Rams and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, how do we go about nerfing it? And it's not taking away things like 4 mana wraths. You're like, hey, guess what? You can still have these tools. You can still have cheap removal spells like Cast Down. You can still have 4 mana wraths like Kaya's Wrath. But what if the way that they're kind of quietly nerfing it is by
I don't know, maybe
taking away one of the main pillars of it, which is card advantage, by giving it to other decks.
Interesting.
There's my speculation for you. There's my conspiracy theory.
I'm calling up R&D right now to get them on the phone to answer these questions for us.
Why do other decks get card advantage?
Hey, answer for yourselves.
Chart a course? Are you freaking kidding me?
What is this card?
Like, seriously, chart a course. Look, I love drawing cards. I technically love chart a course.
Technically.
It's amazing. It's 2 mana and it says draw 2 cards. Holy buckets, man. What a great card. Except, do you know what else it wants you to do? Attack with a stinking creature.
I mean,
Get
Phoenix
outta
doesn't
here.
care about if you attack with a
Get
creature.
out of here.
This is what I want to come home to at Thanksgiving. Hi, Maria. We're so happy to see you. We technically love you. You know, and I'm like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
If you have a spicy deck that you've been running on Arena and you want to see us try it out, tweet at us.
Yep.
The deck list with the hashtag. So that's a spicy burrito.
Yes. And we'll give it a try. But
Yeah.
you also have to show up on the Twitch chat.
Yes. We want to see you there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and that's twitch.tv/GLHF Magic once again. And we've got a new emote, so.
Ooh, that's
No big
right.
deal.
Pretty great.
All right, everybody, with War of the Spark coming up and a War trailer premiering at PAX East coming up pretty soon that
Yeah.
Magic announced, we are going to try and circumvent or cut off the previews at the pass with some of
Yeah.
our own previews.
That's right. So we're going to use a random word generator
Yes.
to create card names from War of the Spark. And then we're going to tell you what those cards will do.
Yes. Okay, wait, what? No, I don't like that word. I'm going to generate some new words. Hold
Okay.
on. So I'm going to give Meghan the first one here.
All right.
Ooh, that one's pretty cool. And this is the name of your card.
Okay.
It is called Nifty Sabotage.
Ooh, Nifty Sabotage. So Nifty Sabotage is 2 and a black.
Ooh, I like it.
And it says sacrifice a creature you control
Yep.
as part of its cost.
Yep.
And you can destroy a target creature or permanent.
Nifty
I think just target
Sabotage.
creature.
Yeah, it'd probably just be a creature.
Nifty Sabotage. So
I
you know
like it.
you gotta pay something of your own, but you can sabotage something of theirs.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Nifty
And it's
Sabotage.
instant speed.
Ooh, instant?
Yeah.
I'm into it.
And
so
you
you
know
can
what? I'll say
block
this.
and then sacrifice.
You
and then,
can tell you what, it's also sacrifice any permanent. You can sacrifice any permanent you've got.
Oh, even a land?
Yep.
This
any
card
permanent.
is
sacrifice
rare.
a permanent you control.
Don't you think?
2 and a black, Nifty Sabotage. No, it's just destroy a creature.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. That's pretty good, though. I
It's
like that
probably
design.
uncommon.
Yeah, uncommon. Nifty Sabotage. Look for it coming up in War of the Spark. You know what? I love making our own cards. We used to have a segment called Create a Card back on the show in the day. So this is kind of like
Yes.
our nod to that old segment from what we used to be called Magic the Amateuring. So Megan's going to assemble a couple of words here to give me a card to design from War of the Spark using a random word generator.
All right, here's yours.
Okay.
Innocent trees.
Innocent Trees.
Yep.
Okay, this is obviously a green card. And Innocent Trees comes down and it's an 05 Defender.
Okay.
And it costs, an 05 Defender is pretty good. So, I mean, not really, but it will become good. Just wait, everybody. It's an 05 Defender for maybe 3 mana
Okay.
for 1 or for 2 and a green. And at any point you can activate the tree ability on it at instant speed. And this is like adapt. So you have to pay like 6 mana or something, and it turns into it can tap for double green.
Ooh.
So it turns into land essentially.
Nice.
But it's innocent because it's just a defender.
Oh, just a little defending tree.
Yeah.
Cute.
What do you think?
What was
Innocent
its cost?
trees, 2 and a green.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems
Not-
kind of bad.
yeah, I think maybe if you made it 1 and a green
1 and a green.
for an 05
And then
defender.
you pay 6 to ramp yourself to 8 mana.
Ooh, I don't think
That's
you
kind of
should-
expensive.
That's so expensive. What if you pay 4 to ramp yourself?
Ooh. But you automatically get 6 even if you're stuck on 4?
Yeah.
All right. Innocent Trees
Nice.
just got an upgrade.
And it's not any color of mana. It's,
That's true.
it's just green. So it's not going to help you if you if you didn't draw the correct colors of lands that you need for your spells.
All right, I've got one for you.
Okay.
Whimsical deer. There's always like an
Perfect.
elk in this set or
Perfect.
whatever.
Exactly. A whimsical deer is going to be 1 green white
Nice.
for a 2/3 deer. That when it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life.
Oh, it's so whimsical.
And when it blocks, you gain 2 life.
Every time it blocks.
When it blocks, you gain 2 life.
All right. This
Pretty good.
this card can extend the game, Nicol Bolas. Watch out.
Yeah, 1 green white.
Whimsical deer.
Whimsical deer.
Whimsical deer. Okay, I shall.
I'm just a whimsical deer.
Another card for you. I can't wait to play with these cards in War with the Spark, Megan. I'm so excited. By the way, this video that they're going to be premiering at PAX Easter Minds, it should remind you of Kaladesh when that was premiered at PAX West
yeah.
a few years ago.
Already? This
Yep.
card is called Reduce Pain.
Reduce pain.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Because normally magic is like incite pain and you have to pay life for pain effects.
Yeah.
Reduce pain, however, is going to gain you life because you're
Ooh.
reducing pain.
All right, all right.
So you're going to gain 3 life for 1 and a white, much like Revitalize. And instead of drawing a card, you're going to regenerate a creature.
Oh.
Even though that's completely gone.
Yeah.
So what do I mean?
A target creature gains indestructible.
Indestructible. Yeah. Reduce pain, gain
Ooh.
3 life, target creature gains indestructible until end of turn.
All right.
That's a real card.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it's not real, but it could.
It could be.
I just found I found a very funny word. Okay, your card is called Thirsty Toes.
Gross. Thirsty Toes
It's a planeswalker.
is a 2 black for a legendary creature vampire.
Oh yeah. Makes sense.
It is a 3/3 flying lifelink. The end. Thirsty Toes.
For how much?
For 2 black. I feel like at legendary it should probably do something.
Oh, Thirsty
Okay.
Toes is legendary.
Yeah, Thirsty Toes. Thirsty Toes is a proper name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Toes is their name.
Thirsty Toes.
And they are thirsty. Thirsty Toes, legendary creature vampire, 2 black, 3/3 flying lifelink.
I love this card.
And you can pay. Ooh, let me think about this. You can pay 5 life and tap it.
Yeah.
And destroy target creature.
Ooh, Thirsty
There you go.
Toes.
Thirsty Toes.
This is like Vona. Nice.
Yeah, it is a little bit. It was a little Vona inspired.
That's cool. I want to play with Thirsty Toes. That card sounds great. Thank you so much. Looking forward to that in War of the Spark for sure. I love lifelink though. That's something about my play style that has always been true and will always be true.
Ooh,
Lifelink.
okay, here it is. Noiseless Feast.
Noiseless Feast.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is cool. Noiseless Feast.
This also feels very vampy to me.
It really does. Yeah, like
Real vamp.
a silent
A silent
dinner.
vamp just coming down to suck some blood.
Well, there's going to be some vampires. I mean, Soren is back out of that rock. By the way, thank you to everybody who suggested that Soren is a mana rock.
Yes.
In War of the Spark.
One can only hope.
That would be excellent.
I really hope.
Noiseless Feast. Okay. Noiseless Feast taps your opponent's board.
Okay.
So it's like sleep. And you gain 5 life.
This card, they really spent that great name on a bad card.
I mean, yeah, it's not great. You get to tap down the team, gain 5 life for 3 and a white. It's also expensive.
Wow.
Don't draft this card. Do
Yeah.
not draft Noiseless Feast,
That
everybody.
seems pretty suspect.
Okay. I'm making Megan's card here.
Okay.
Head Flame.
Beautiful. Head Flame. Head Flame is 1 in a red for an aura.
Okay.
And target creature gets +3, +0, and menace.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. But at the end of your turn, if you did not attack with it, you have to sacrifice it. you go.
Ooh, I like this.
Head
a little
Flame.
combo between Curious Obsession
Yeah.
and
Head Flame.
Head Flame. And, some random red
A
aura.
head flame, a 1 and a red, 3/3/0 menace. But if you don't attack, you have to sacrifice. And I mean the creature in this case.
Oh, the creature.
Its head is a flame, Maria.
Head flame.
Yeah, that has consequences.
I'm all in on head flame.
Exactly.
Head flame plan. Gonna take all of them.
Head
All right, this
flame.
next one I want to be a planeswalker.
Okay.
So-
all right, I'm gonna find you a planeswalker.
No matter what it is, I have to turn it into a planeswalker because there's 36 confirmed planeswalkers, probably more in War of the Spark. Have you heard the news, everybody? I hope you have. We talked about it last week on the show, so you can check that out if, you missed it. And if you did, I'm sorry.
All right. Here it is. The Planeswalker Shivering Library.
The Shivering Library. I love it. So it's obviously like, some books.
Ascension Library.
Ascension Library, like a
Yes.
bookcase. And it's it's so cold. It's blue. It's a blue planeswalker because
Yeah.
it's Shivering Library. And it has to do with drawing cards, because it's talking about your library. So the +2 ability on Shivering Library is Brainstorm.
Ooh.
So this is like Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah.
The minus
Wow.
ability mills your opponent for 10.
What? That's so many.
5.
Okay.
All right, good. We got there. And the ultimate of Shivering Library is copy your library, you get another library.
Do you get one draw from each?
No, you just get more cards. So like you've doubled your stack of cards.
Oh. So you're not.
So you shuffle. This is what I'm thinking of it. I'm thinking of it like Hearthstone or Arena or whatever. So you would shuffle one copy of every single one of your cards back into your deck.
Oh, wow.
So you can never mill yourself.
Milling. Do you know being worried about milling yourself is for fools? It's a fool's errand.
Look, I don't know if I feel like you still play Shivering Library.
Yeah, I mean, at +1 brainstorm, yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
Okay, do you want one more?
Yeah, one more.
Okay. I like that word. And I'm going to give you a 3-word one here.
Okay.
Okay, great. The Mysterious Terrible Monkey.
Oh, all right. Mysterious Terrible Monkey is 4 green black.
Ooh.
For, again, a legendary creature.
Nice.
And if it would be put into your graveyard, it's a 4/4.
Okay.
It's a 4/4 trample. But if it would be put into your graveyard, it goes back into your hand instead.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Mysterious Terrible Monkey.
Yes.
In Golgari colors.
Yeah.
Play this in your Gitrog deck.
In my mind, like it's like a legend of the sewers. It's a legend of the Undercity.
Oh, cool.
The mysterious terrible monkey.
I like
that
it.
cannot die. It lurks amongst the sewers,
Very Golgari.
getting everything in its path.
So there you go. Those are some. Well, Meghan is. Those are some war cards for you to look forward to coming
Yes,
up.
definitely.
They
Those
are
cards definitely exist
in the set and probably will be previewed at PAX East because they're so cool, especially Shivering Library.
Definitely Shivering Library, especially since you could never have a physical copy of that card.
No.
Because its ultimate is literally impossible.
With Arena, we were living in a brave new world.
It's true. It could be an arena specific card. I am excited for the first arena specific card.
So am I. I think
What
I
is
could do
something that you can do in arena that you can't do in real life, like making a copy?
making a copy of stuff?
Yeah. Well, we had once dreamt up a format, an arena format,
Yeah.
where anytime you cast a card or anytime someone casts a card, a copy of that card gets shuffled into their opponent's library.
I love it.
So it's like a draft, and your lands tap for any color.
Yeah.
But if you cast a card, then a copy of that card immediately gets shuffled into your opponent's library.
Do you really want to
Wouldn't
cast
that be
this?
wild?
I think that's cool.
Yeah. So anything that you have, they could also have.
I love the idea of shuffling stuff into your opponent's deck. Like
Yeah.
you have a creature that's worse on value, but it shuffles a couple of lava spikes or lava axes into your opponent's. Wait, no, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say? It blows up. They draw bomb or whatever, and it does 3 to them.
Oh, yeah.
So like I just have this little 1/1 that I paid 3 or 4 mana for, but I shuffled in something that bolts you when you draw it.
But how do you know that it bolts? Like it's like a token copy?
It's just like it's a weird
Again,
card.
it's an arena. You would
It's something we haven't
see it.
seen yet.
Yeah.
I think
Interesting.
It cool.
Why doesn't it just bolt your opponent?
That's what I mean. It's just like they draw it and it's just like boom.
But why does the creature not just bolt your opponent?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's like called Goblin Bomb Hider. With
Goblin Bomb Hider.
A better name than that. A better name than that.
Goblin Bomb Sneak.
Yeah, Goblin Bomb Sneak. There you go. There's an example.
TSA's worst nightmare.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey everyone, before you go anywhere, Ultra Pro, they are one of our sweet and awesome sponsors of the show that have great gear of all kinds.
Yes.
Backpacks, messenger bags, bags that changed Maria's life.
That's right.
Deck boxes, sleeves, and also relic tokens.
Yeah.
And now they have legendary collection relic tokens.
Ooh, so this is a brand new item that Ultra Pro is rolling
Yes.
out. And
I'm gonna crack it open.
yeah, we're gonna see what's inside here.
Yes. All right. So contains one all premium foil. All right.
Oh, I'm so nervous. What could be inside?
It says that there are 18 collectible tokens in this set.
Okay.
So here we go.
Special preview for everybody here. Oh, look at it.
Oh, so it's a single one.
It looks really awesome.
Yes. This is Carador Ghost Chieftain. Chieftain. Chieftain? Chieftain?
Chieftain.
Chieftain?
Chieftain.
Chieftain? Chieftain?
It looks like a Planeswalker loyalty emblem a little
Yes. Okay, so it also has one that has the legendary top on it, which
Really
is
cool.
very cool,
Yeah.
like the legendary
bit.
frame.
It's like twice the size of the relic
Yes.
tokens.
It also has a spot to track how many times you've cast your commander.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is an important feature on it. So you can cast like, oh, how many times have I cast it? 1, 2, 3, 0. And then obviously the classic at the bottom, life total, etc. tracker.
Ooh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And of course, as we mentioned, it's in foil too. So new legendary collection relic tokens from Ultra Pro.
I love this legendary border so much.
I
And
know.
it looks really cool
It looks
on this in
super
person.
cool.
I really like it.
Yeah, so check them out at ultrapro.com. I'm not sure if these are already out or if they might be coming out very soon.
Yes.
So keep your eyes peeled for these. These look pretty
Yeah.
cool.
And for what other 17 other legendaries will be
Yes.
joining Carador Ghost Chieftain?
Hey, guess what? That's this episode of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. Hey, what happened?
I mean, what? Wait, what? Do you mean like what just happened in our show?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did Standard Corner.
Yes, we
We made
did.
up some sweet war cards.
Yes, we did.
We cracked this Ghost Chieftain
Yes.
over here.
Chieftain.
Or chieftain, as you would say.
Chieftain.
This thing's cool.
Chieftain.
We have
Chieftain. Chieftain. Chiffon. Chiffon.
There's so many ways to pronounce it.
Anyways, ghost chiffon is what all of the hottest dresses are made out
Ooh,
of.
Ghost Chiffon. That sounds like a cool planeswalker.
Yeah. Wait, a chiffon is a type of fabric.
That's her name.
Do you know what? When you are ghost chiffon, you are ghost chiffon. Oh, now I want there to be a queen on RuPaul's Drag Race whose name is Ghost Chiffon.
Would be perfect.
Isn't it
would
such
be
a good name?
Perfect. Yes, it is.
Oh boy. Anyways, this really got off track very quickly.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and listening this week. And thank you to everybody who's a member of our Patreon, patreon.com/GLHFmagic. I'll say it one more time. We really need your support, and your support matters so much to us. So if you
Yes.
can support, please consider doing so.
And if you are a patron member, to hop on over and check out those extra special patron specials.
Chieftain.
Chiffons coming at you, answering all your questions, and hop on in that Discord so you can
Yes.
see all the great happenings over there.
Thanks once again to Ultra Pro and to Card Kingdom for being our sponsors too. And we are coming up on the Mythic Invitational pretty
Yeah.
soon. And I'm saying this now because I don't want to forget it. I
Okay.
want to do another bracket or fantasy
Yes.
draft for
So
it.
get ready. We will have another fantasy bracket.
And Paul is going to play in it. I'm sorry, everybody.
I'm sorry, but you know what? At least you know who you're aiming to beat.
That's right. You just have to say, I just have to do better than Paul.
Yes.
And you know what? If enough of us enter this, he can't.
We can beat
statistically,
Paul.
we can beat Paul.
We can beat Paul.
Okay, so help us out.
We'll name the bracket We Can Beat Paul.
Perfect.